Coming at number 10, Byron Denton. Starting us off at number 10 is actually someone who was trying to show people just how easy it was to fake living a life of luxury. Bizarrely enough though, people still called this vlogger out for exposing himself. Although if you're doing that, you probably missed the point of his posts. Many people were convinced though that this London-based vlogger had suddenly become ultra wealthy. Inspired by his fellow YouTuber George Mason, who had faked going on vacation, Byron decided to try his hand at Photoshop, but with a different approach. He genuinely wanted to see if the reason people had an obsession with celebrities was due to the fact that most people can't afford to live the lives that they flaunt on social media. This became evident when a Photoshop picture of him on a private jet hit 1,000 likes in just 7 seconds. He also went on to expose his editing of designer brands and the powerful effect that it had on the audience engaging with his content. In a follow-up video he said, "Me wearing a designer top or designer shoes, the likes I got on those photos, even though it's still an outfit of a day though, just of me wearing a certain outfit, just doesn't contain any designer, to then be pulling 12,000 likes. So that's like 10,000 more people clicking the like button of me wearing designer, just because I'm wearing designer." Coming at number 9, Her Royal Highness. Fans of this popular Chinese video blogger got quite the shock upon finding out that she wasn't exactly who she said she was. The blogger has always referred to herself as Your Highness and just so happened to have a technical glitch during one of her live streams that accidentally revealed to her audience that she was not really the young glamorous woman that she was portraying. Turns out that she was just catfishing the whole time. You see, what happened was during a joint live stream she was urged by her fans to show her face and remove the filter that she had been using, but she refused, apparently adding, "I can't show my face until I receive gifts worth 100,000 yuan. After all, I'm a good looking host." Followers apparently then began sending her donations, but at some point the filter that she was using stopped working, revealing that she was actually a middle-aged woman. Although she didn't notice the glitch until people began leaving her VIP access room in large numbers. Coming number 8, Another Beautiful Day. A couple of German influencers really upset the internet after they tried to solicit donations from their fans for an upcoming vacation. The couple had launched a campaign on GoFundMe where they tried to finance a trip that would include things like hotel stays, phone cards, and bikes for the ride. And their plea for this money was just as strange. In their post they said, "We could write a long text about mental health or global warming, we could tell you about following your dreams or how important stepping out of your comfort zone is, we could tell you how beautiful traveling is and its benefits, or the fact that most news don't match reality, but we're going to show you, less talking, more action." On top of that, the real exposing came when they accidentally admitted that Caitlyn's mother, who works 2 jobs, was also helping them go on all these lavish vacations for their Instagram page. In an article by BuzzFeed, the couple's response to being exposed was just as sad. During the interview they said, "Some will tell us to get jobs like everyone else and stop begging, but when you have the impact we do on others' lives, getting a job is not an option. We could model and make fast money, but we don't want to advertise consumerism. A normal job at this point would be detrimental." Every day our society strays further from God. Coming at number 7, Tiffany Mitchell. This lifestyle blogger based in Nashville had to answer to a lot of critics after she turned her terrifying motorcycle accident into a photo shoot opportunity. While being interviewed by BuzzFeed after this backlash, she said that she would never have turned a very important personal story like this into a brand campaign, adding, "I'm sad that some people are taking it that way," before requesting that BuzzFeed not do the story because it would then draw negative attention. Although when it came to the photo shoot, this was not the case. Some of the photos of her lying on the road being tended to strategically had a bottle of smart water placed in the shot. Now, while we're not debating as to whether or not her accident was real, what's definitely not real are these super high quality shots of her just lying in the middle of the road. And the comments were quick to point this out. One person writes, "This must have been super scary and I'm glad you're okay, but if my friend continued to take photos while I was lying semi-unconscious in the road, I'd be furious. I love your photos, but it's a little weird to include those." It certainly is. Coming number 6, Logan Paul. Logan Paul's ability to bounce back from controversy is like nothing else, and because he is constantly embroiled in scandals, he has become no stranger to being exposed. This one is just as bizarre though. Back in 2016, Logan decided that he was going to clickbait some of his fans by putting out a video called "These Glasses Cured My Colorblindness." In the video, Logan puts on some glasses that were specially made to counteract the effects of colorblindness. He then claims that they allowed him to see color for the first time in his life, which implies that he had black and white vision previously. Although that right there is a red flag. Colorblind people do not really see in black and white except for some really rare cases. But as soon as Logan puts on these magic glasses, he is suddenly getting emotional. He also says really questionable things like not knowing that his own parrot had multicolored feathers. And after the video gained a ton of views, people genuinely started to believe that he truly was colorblind. However, a year later he then admitted that the whole thing wasn't legit. He claimed to have not lied about it, but rather embellished to create a story. Coming in number 5, Danielle Cohn. This teen influencer has more than 1 million subscribers, but her way of getting those clicks was very controversial. She actually posted a video with a title alluding to the fact that she was expecting a child. Many were already creeped out thinking that she was 15 years old, and it became even more shocking to discover that she was actually 13. During an interview with her father, he said, "For years I have done the diplomatic thing while dealing with my daughter being online in a way I didn't approve of and trying to have it handled out of social media because I figured the system would work and keep my daughter safe." AKA he thought that the internet would do all of the parenting for him. But nope, she just got exposed for lying. Coming in number 4, Casey Sosnowski. A Florida student and influencer certainly learned the hard way that lying on Instagram can come back to bite you. Casey here posted a photo of herself allegedly before a big hike. In the post she captioned it with, "Nature is the ultimate healer to all of our problems." Unfortunately for Casey, her sister was not far away and wasn't going to let her get away with this. On Twitter, Carly posted a screenshot of her sister's post and revealed what was actually happening behind the scenes. In the tweet she said, "My sister said she was going hiking, this is our backyard." And as you can see from the photo that she attached, her sister is 100% just posting up in her own backyard. Twitter users found the story pretty hilarious, but several people were also very impressed by the size of that backyard, saying that it actually looked like a place that you could go hiking. Coming in number 3, Johanna Holson. When you become famous for being a travel blogger, people are watching because they want to see an authentic experience wherever you're currently visiting. I've watched travel vlogs to learn more about certain countries, but the Instagram travel vlogger feels like nothing more than a chance to promote some products with a unique background. At least you'd hope the background is unique. But for travel blogger Johanna Olsen though, she decided that organic photos weren't the best way to go. After getting an awful seat at a restaurant, Johanna was upset with the scenery behind her in this photo and therefore decided to Photoshop her own. A sneaky tactic that would have gone unseen if it weren't for so many people on the internet that know what Photoshop is. And it wasn't just one photo though, she also placed herself over a bridge that she never was physically taking photos at. All this influencer fail did though was show us how inauthentic Instagram can truly be. Coming in number 2, Lisa Lee. Back in 2019, this social media influencer from China was not only exposed for living a double life, but she was exposed by her own landlord. Footage of her messy apartment quickly went viral after this blogger with 1.1 million followers tried to pass off that she was living some lavish lifestyle. After Lisa had missed several payments on her utilities, the landlord decided to take a look inside of the apartment. The landlord, Ms. Shen, even gave a guided tour of the filthy apartment and told the news team recording that even professional cleaners had refused to clean up the apartment. And when I say messy, that is an understatement. There was garbage scattered all over the floors, moldy food on the counters, and dog poop smeared in various spots. Ms. Shen then told the news team interviewing her that despite this influencer presenting to be a beautiful woman, her real life was much more disgusting. Once she had been exposed for living this double life, Lisa apologized to her landlord and said that complete responsibility lies with her on the incident. She also promised to clean everything and blamed the mess on a busy schedule. Last but certainly not least, on our number 1 spot, Ollie London. Now this one is pretty cut and dry, but I felt like it was important to include. Ollie London is a white influencer who said that he identifies as Korean. He even had multiple cosmetic surgeries to make himself look like Jimin from BTS. Ollie had gone viral after he exposed his new face and revealed that he had no less than 18 cosmetic surgeries to mimic a Korean looking face. According to a previous YouTube video posted by the influencer, their surgeries have included a facelift, brow lift, temple lift, eye surgery, and a dental procedure, which is a lot of work to get done just to live a fake life as a fake Korean. I don't know about you all, but I feel like this transracial stuff is going a little too far. I'm all for letting people live their lives the way that they want to, but come on, this is just next level offensive. Many people on Twitter were quick to let Ollie know their thoughts. One user said, "As a Korean non-binary person, I haven't really talked about the Ollie London thing, but the fact that they are acting like it's genuine and that it's part of the journey due to an identity issues really irks me. It's a mockery of trans people and its cultural appropriation." Couldn't agree more. Coming number 10, Hush Puppy. Nigerian influencer Hush Puppy once flaunted a life of luxury that many became very envious of. He seemed to have it all, from penthouses to expensive cars. Hush Puppy was always posting about his lavish lifestyle. He often attached messages of motivation, but now people are realizing that it was all just a big scam. Recently he admitted to conning people out of at least $24 million, including $1 million that was meant for a children's hospital in Qatar. Anytime someone inquired about how Hush Puppy gained his wealth, he would claim that he amassed his fortune by playing the real estate market in Dubai. However, this facade he was putting forth was broken apart by the FBI, who raided the influencer's home and found $41 million in cash, 13 luxury cars valued at around $6.8 million, and phone and computer evidence containing more than 100,000 fraud files and the addresses of nearly 2 million possible victims. He then was arrested and flown to the US, where he was transferred to a jail in California where he will await his sentencing. Coming number 9, French fakery. A French influencer by the name of Oceane El Himar, who rose to fame on a reality show, posted a photo of herself in business class thinking that no one would recognize her. She captioned the photo with "Next stop, Monaco," but unfortunately for her, a fan ended up spotting her in economy class wearing the exact same outfit as in the post. They then took a sneaky pic of the influencer in her seat, and within a matter of moments it went viral on Twitter. Honestly though, a lot of people were split on this. Some praised her for knowing how to save money while also flaunting a lifestyle online to continue getting paid, while others said that exposing her was important to make sure her followers don't fall victim to these unrealistic expectations. One user points out, "It's good to expose these unrealistic standards these fake internet models set for young girls and boys so they don't grow up idolizing the wrong people and the wrong lifestyle." Couldn't agree more. Coming at number 8, Chase McNary. A Bachelorette contestant actually tried to persuade someone into giving him free rent. As you can see in this email request, they said that they were reaching out on behalf of a Bachelor in Paradise contestant and social influencer named Chase. After bragging about the big following that he has, then the begging begins. Right at the bottom of the email, you can see that they request for free rent by saying, "As a Denver local and owner of Revel Social, Chase is looking to partner with an apartment complex in Denver as a live-in social influencer and absolutely loves your property. If this is something you would like to discuss further, please let me know." What in the hell is a live-in influencer? That's my question. I guess most influencers just live in the wild? I just can't get over how bold someone would have to be to say that their follower count equals free rent. Coming number 7, Victoria Waldrop. Also known as Whoa Vicky, this famous kid came under a ton of fire for cultural appropriation when she began posting videos on Instagram claiming to be black. Her first rise to popularity came during the lotion challenge back in 2017, and since then her online antics have raised some questions. Namely, how does one stop this famous kid from continuously acting more and more ridiculous than she is? It really just comes down to the way that she behaves in nearly every video that she was posting, throwing money around, calling people out, and flexing way too much for someone that young. Seriously though, where are her parents, and has anyone asked them why she's allowed to be so crazy online? I just have a lot of questions about this chick. Coming number 6, virtue signaling. Okay, so this one is just next level clout chasing, and the worst part is that it's coming from a lot of micro influencers. After the Henan province was devastated by massive floods and torrential rain, it destroyed thousands of homes and resulted in an economic loss of $384 million. Reportedly, the catastrophic landscape started to become the perfect backdrop for Chinese influencers to post videos where they pretended to be saving people. Yes, they were actually pretending to save people. One report said that an influencer even went as far as stealing a rescue boat to make their videos seem more legit. When stopped by the actual people that were trying to rescue people, you can hear a rescuer shouting, "It's crystal clear to everyone here that you weren't really trying to save people, you are scumbags." Well, that's one way to deal with them. Coming number 5, Daisy Marquez. Some influencers are really out here trying anything and everything to garner more attention for themselves, and if that means faking that your house is haunted, then so be it. YouTuber Daisy Marquez is a prime example of this after she posted a video to Twitter where the door behind her mysteriously opens. Immediately her eyes open wide in shock as she tells her audience that she might be getting stalked by a ghost. Although one fan exposed her by saying, "Am I the only one that thinks this is too staged? Having seen Daisy's videos, she probably would never film in that lighting, and it looks straight out clickbait, considering she posted about going on house hunting a few days before posting this." Coming number 4, Carolyn Stritch. Faking on Instagram just seems so commonplace nowadays, from airbrushing blemishes or enhancing a sunset, or like Carolyn, completely faking a trip to Disney. This UK-based influencer with 457,000 followers decided to pull the wool over people's eyes twice, although she was more so doing this as an experiment to prove to people just how easy it is to fake your life online. The influencer, who was 32 at the time, posted a heavily edited photo of herself and captioned it with, "Tomorrow I'm going to be 22 and I'm treating myself with a trip to California. I'm off to Disneyland." Then she posted an edited photo of herself standing in front of Sleeping Beauty's castle. However, if you've ever been to Disney, then you'd know this was photoshopped almost immediately. To get a photo like that with absolutely no other tourists around you would be next to impossible. It would require them to actually shut down the entire area, but regardless, her post was still liked by over 17,000 people and impressed many in the comment section. Coming number 3, caught in the act. In a perfect world, influencers would make it illegal for people to take photos of them that they intend on photoshopping later, so that they don't get brutally exposed online for living a fake life. Unfortunately for this influencer, some eagle-eyed spectator had caught the moment that she was doing a photo shoot for her Instagram, and the photo that she actually posted is insanely different. As you can see, she had used some crazy photo editing to make herself completely unrecognizable from the image taken on the right hand side, which looks like an aerial shot that someone snapped while passing by this parking garage photo shoot. It could be a copycat, but most likely she has used some filtering app or Photoshop to get the fake image that she wanted. Coming number 2, Belle Gibson. Back in the early days of Instagram, influencer Belle Gibson was one of the first major con artists. In the 2010s, this Australian wellness influencer got tons of followers for promoting a diet of clean eating and launching an app called The Whole Pantry. Here's where things started to get a little bit weird though. She told her followers that this diet that she had created had been helping her battle and even cure multiple types of cancer, including a brain tumor. After doing tons of tours and speaking gigs, she said that she had been diagnosed with more cancer. Following that, she released a cookbook and promised her followers that the proceeds would be going to various charities. However, in March of 2015, a report surfaced that said the $300,000 that she had made had not been donated anywhere. She then tried to claim that she had been falsely diagnosed with cancer, but then later admitted that she never had any type of cancer. And by 2017, a federal court in Melbourne had ordered her to pay $410,000 in fines for false charity claims. Last but certainly not least, on our number one spot, Lil Tay. This once innocent kid busted onto the social media scene with her ridiculous videos of money, cars, and expensive items. People had so many questions like, where did she get all this money? And how is she sitting in a Lambo? And more importantly, where are her parents? Lil Tay got a ton of hate online for her short flexing videos, but in doing so she also gained millions of followers. We soon realized that her family, namely her brother and her mom, were behind the scenes coaching Lil Tay into behaving this way. But now that she's had a taste of fame, even she believes it was all her idea, calling herself even the youngest 9-year-old flexer of the century, which just means that her family has completely inflated this poor kid's ego. Coming in number 10, Brittany Dawn. Back in 2018, this fitness influencer faced a ton of backlash after she was accused of scamming her followers into paying for a $300 diet plan, exercise program, and online coaching session. On top of that, she promised her fans that she would provide them with an ebook about her course, but after paying for it, many people received nothing at all. When a man actually confronted her about stealing all of this money from her followers, she actually owned up to her scamming ways and made an apology video. Not to him, of course, no. At first she refused to speak with this guy, and then much later a vague apology was read from her phone addressing the situation. Allegedly, she still hasn't even issued full refunds after being called out by her followers. People even started a petition to stop her from promoting this bogus program, and in the description it says, with over 500,000 followers primarily made up of young girls, Brittany falsely promotes women empowerment on her social media platforms while continually scamming and lying to her followers, clients, and fans. Brittany has scammed hundreds of women out of their hard-earned money through the fraudulent practices of her LLC, Brittany Dawn Fitness. Coming number 9, Aggie Lau. Back in 2018, this travel influencer faced immense backlash after charging her followers nearly $500 for a crash course on how to grow their social media, although sadly they did not exactly get what they expected. In fact, after receiving payments from a number of people, she allegedly just disappeared, citing health issues and Wi-Fi problems. What's wild is that the people who bought into this scam said that half of her lessons on social media included having fans try to sell and promote her own products and the course itself. Nice little pyramid scheme going on, I see. Her story soon went viral though, and so she was left with no choice but to give people their money back. At least we hope. Coming number 8, FaZe Clan. The whole FaZe Clan has come under fire recently for also getting involved with this recent cryptocurrency scam. More specifically though, FaZe Clan has fired Kay and suspended 3 other members, Jarvis, Nikan, and Tico. Back in June, it was revealed that the pro gamers promoted an altcoin called Save the Kids. A portion of the proceeds they collected from their fans was supposed to go to charity, but unfortunately that was just not the case. According to Kotaku, after a ton of people invested in this altcoin, the value suddenly dropped dramatically, leading to a lot of people losing a ton of money, and then accusations were hurled at these FaZe Clan members for engaging in a pump and dump scam. In a statement from FaZe Clan, they said, FaZe Clan had absolutely no involvement with our members' activity in the cryptocurrency space, and we strongly condemn their recent behavior. The trust and respect of our fans has been and will always be our #1 priority. I'm sure. Coming in number 7, Kayla Massa. Kayla Massa had garnered over 300,000 Instagram followers and 100,000 YouTube subscribers, but on February 13, 2020, federal authorities in New Jersey arrested and charged her after a complaint led to her being found guilty of illegally scamming over 45 of her own followers out of almost $2 million, many of which were businesses and people under the age of 18. Kayla would post photos of just piles of money and caption them with something along the lines of, "Hit me up if you're interested in making legal cash." When people would message her about this though, she would encourage them to hand over their banking information so that she could better manage their money. And once she had access, Massa would drain their accounts. She would hide fake checks of stolen money by depositing them into her followers' bank accounts using the names of real businesses, and then would withdraw the cash before the bank could flag it as suspicious. Authorities were able to link the fraudulent checks though to specific stores, and after checking security cameras, found Massa on film shopping and paying for items with these checks. Coming number 6, Alyssa Violet. Alyssa Violet, who has just over 3.7 million subscribers on YouTube, left fans frustrated and very confused after after she did a Louis Vuitton giveaway. In order to enter the contest to win a Louis bag, all you had to do was follow a company called Cheek that was sponsoring this giveaway and tag 2 friends in the comment section. At first, Alyssa posted that she would be announcing the winners, but then that post was pulled. Then when fans checked this Cheek page, it resulted in a broken link. From there, this other account appeared called Cheek Wins, and on that page they began saying that they were going to notify the winners. However, one of the winners from California told BuzzFeed News that she had not received her Louis Vuitton bag and that communication was awful with Cheek. Cheek then also responded to BuzzFeed and said that the winner would receive their prize soon, but the other 2 winners were suddenly disqualified for being too young or not residing in the US. Plus, to make things even weirder, the spokesperson for Cheek said that they've scrapped the company. So yeah, just one big scam for more followers. Coming number 5, Austin McBroom. After being outed as the CEO of Social Gloves Entertainment, Austin came under fire for not paying the fighters. If the fighters don't get paid, well then the scam was to get these inexperienced influencers to bring their fan bases in to watch them fight so that Austin can make more money. In addition to that though, Austin was also called out in February for selling a program where he promised to teach people the secrets of social media and help them achieve their dreams. In order to access these courses though, fans needed to purchase Gold membership, which is priced at $50 a month, because the first way to make money is to give it to Austin, I guess. Coming number 4, Nicole Sanchez. If that name doesn't ring a bell, allow me to remind you. Nicole Sanchez is the influencer who first went viral for her OK Boomer video while wearing a Bernie 2020 shirt. The video was met with mixed reactions, with users divided over whether the video was cute and charming or cringeworthy. Following her increase in popularity, it became apparent that much of her online fanbase were following her for ulterior motives. A significant amount of engagement on her content were users attempting to flirt or describe their physical attraction to her. After Sanchez revealed that she has a boyfriend, she lost over 65,000 Twitter followers within 48 hours. Although fans really started to dislike her when she began to show off her brand new $2 million condo that she had just purchased. Many called it hypocritical as she was just photographed wearing a shirt that said "Tax the Rich." The video drew heavy criticism and overwhelming dislikes for the alleged hypocrisy. Coming number 3, Jamie Zhu. This Australian YouTuber posted a video called "How to Fly Business Class for Free," which just sounds like the start of every scam. During the Sydney native's 3-minute video, he tells viewers that he's going to fake his way from a seat in economy to a seat in the business class section. He then heads over to a store at the airport and buys what's called a moon boot, and the boot is meant to be a protective structure for people that have fractured a bone in their foot or ankle. In the intro though, he cuts together a montage of him running around in the airport wearing this boot to clearly show off that his ankle is perfectly okay. Upon telling the flight crew that he had broken his ankle, he is immediately moved up to business class, just leaving his travel buddy in the dust. He then has the audacity upon landing to just stroll off the plane as if the whole thing never even happened. A staff member even says to him, "Thank you, I hope your ankle gets better." And this is just straight up disability fraud, and I don't even think he realized this. When you fake an injury, you're not just gaming the system, you're taking away a service from someone who might actually need it. He's a big fat phony. Coming in number 2, Kristen Cavallari. While Kristen Cavallari was on the reality TV series called Laguna Beach: The Real Orange County, her and some of her friends were caught stealing. In May of 2006, Cavallari and some friends tried to get a 5-finger discount when they walked into a store called Tawny K. The owner told Page 6 about the incident and said, "I owned a store called Tawny K. We were painting on a Sunday and I get this call from these 4 girls from Laguna. They're begging me to please just let them see the store, so I did. When they start to leave, I get this feeling something's wrong. My boyfriend stops one girl and she's got merchandise in her purse. The 3 other girls start hauling out. I call the cops, and when the girls come back, they've got pants, underwear, tops. They take them to jail, handcuff, the whole thing. I don't press charges. Cut fade 2 weeks ago. There's a split picture of Jessica on one side and this girl, Kristen from Laguna Beach, on the other. And my daughter is like, oh my god, she's the one who stole from your store. And now she's this big thing. Not a good look, Kristen. Not a good look." Coming in at number 1 spot, Colleen Ballinger. Colleen has said before that she has always tried to directly engage with her fans, and due to the nature of how open she is about her life, sometimes she shares too many intimate details with them. Due to her cultivating this very young audience and naming a fan as the head of her fan club, Colleen started being accused of grooming a This claim comes after Ballinger gave away lingerie during a live stream that she had purchased but never worn.
So, this was what I was sent. I don't even know, sorry, I don't know which way this goes.
Colleen went on to explain that when taken out of context, she understands why this would make her look like a terrible person. With no context, you just see a 30-year-old sending underwear to a 13-year-old fan. Very inappropriate stuff, but as Colleen stated in her video, it was just part of the many strange things that she had sent to her fans. While addressing that in particular, Colleen said that she doesn't know what she was thinking at the time and realizes just how awful this was to do, which just goes to show you how much of this Miranda Sings character has really affected her real life and the decisions that she was making at that time.